Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are talking to Alan. Of course, you know him. He is the master. He is the king of manipulation. So if you ever wanted to know anything about how to appear in ChatGPT, AI overviews, how to manipulate anything on web, you speak to Alan. He spoke in tons of conferences about Aqua Pony experiment. So we will talk a little bit about that. I am one of his Aqua Ponies. Let's not forget that. But he has got much more interesting recent experiments as well. So welcome, Alan.
Welcome too. I'm very glad to be with you, Ivana, and all your audience. So, for the people who don't know me, yes, I know I have a fucking nice French accent, but you have to deal with
Absolutely
it.
sexy.
It's sexy, and like this, people should to listen more. And yes, I'm glad.
People can understand you. Sometimes there is a French accent people cannot understand, but you have got just the right amount of a sexy French accent that we can actually go like,
Hey,
oh,
baby.
and understand what you're saying. You know, like, oh, Jean Marin.
So, you want to talk about Aqua Pony? I can tell you that, yes, Aqua Pony was one of my crazy ideas to create a sport to put pony in a swimming pool. Right now, there's no rules officially, but to start to have some heritage of some story in different parts of the world. Then, when we influence and to push the AI, believe that Aqua Pony exists, it was pretty fun. After we passed to a new step, it was to influence the Olympic game, for example, in Paris that to push the AI, believe the Aqua Pony is a real sport of the Olympic game with some people, including you. You are now the new rising star, and you are already training for the Olympic Games for Los Angeles 28. You know this?
I am every day. Yes, I swim with
Every
my
day.
horse, you know, everything.
But it was pretty funny. And now for my next speech in a second, I plan to make a new rising star. It will be Mads, of course. So the
Oh,
point is,
wow.
what will happen for Mads on his pony? You will see in a couple of months on AI like GPT or Gemini or Claude. Even Perplexity is pretty stupid, but you will see what will happen for Mads on an Aqua Pony. But that's secret.
I will keep searching for it, and I guess we will see it in SEO Mastery in Vietnam in beginning of
Sure.
March, where you will be speaking. So I cannot wait for that. But now, shortly, how did you manipulate search engines to think that Aqua Pony is a real thing? I mean, if you ask, is Aqua Pony a real thing? Sometimes it tells you it's a hoax, but sometimes it doesn't. So how did you make all of us think?
In
How did you
fact,
fool us all?
it's very easy. It's a big surprise. It's very easy. Today, the AI is not intelligent at all. They just aggregate lots of sources. So more you publish some sources to say this is true, they start to believe it's true because many websites say the same thing. Of course, as I start to make lots of speech about Aqua Pony, and people are talking about Aqua Pony is a hoax, you can see sometimes I say it's a French joke on SEO by a French guy, so myself. But depend of the question. If you how you put the question, you still have some Aqua Pony. I stopped to work deeply about the sport by itself. I decided to focus more on some personality who ride a nice pony in a swimming pool. So I start for each page. I try to find a new target. You, Ivana, you was one of the first, I think, with you and I forgot.
Shemek and Craig was as
Civic,
well,
right,
I
that's
think,
it.
at the same era
Craig,
as me. I
hey,
think I
Craig
was
was
a,
after you.
oh, was he?
Yeah,
So it was
before.
Shemek, me, and Craig. Okay, wow.
So every time I add some new biography for different people about a company. My next target, of course, will be Mads for the Vietnam SEO master. And how to do this is just publish lots of information because, in fact, if you search some information about Ivana and sport today, at base there's nothing. So when you ask AI, they don't find any sources. So if I publish a lot of sources about Ivana do aquapony now, it's her new hobby. First, they believe that you make aquapony. That's the first thing. And the second thing are all the sources are more fresh than your previous sources about yourself, a podcast, something like that. You put the aquapony as first point of your life before SEO or something like that. So that's the funniest part and easy part. But the problem with these techniques, it takes times. It takes sometimes weeks or months. So I try to find a new way to influence AI and more deeply and more efficient. And this summer I got a stupid idea, and I find a way to influence AI in a couple of hours on every topics, including hot topics. And but that's I think we'll talk later. We have to say on the Aqua Pony first. So if you have any question about Aqua Pony, I'm glad to explain more.
No, I think we all know about Aqua Pony, but I love
Mhm.
that experiment because obviously I try to build up my name as an Ivana SEO person, right? And I go and I say, I speak here, I speak here. There's a picture of me on Aqua Pony. There's a whole article about how I'm winning in Paris that I haven't been for many, many years. But yeah, I won a medal. I'm very
Of
proud of
course, if one
myself.
day
My
you want to
parents are very
remove, I
proud as
remove.
well.
If
I'm
one day
very
you want
proud.
to remove, I can remove. It's a problem. But today I enjoy to play and I talk about you and your aquaponic experience and all my
Yeah.
speeches.
Yeah, I see actually my search volume in Ahrefs goes up every time you speak. I'm like, oh, I'm popular today. He was speaking somewhere. Cool. So to your latest experiments. So Aquapony took time to build up the story, proof of language, publish enough pictures, everything. And now you said you find an easier, faster way. So what the hell did you discover this summer or last summer?
In fact, I try at base every Friday on the morning. I launch different idea, different project to try and to see the impact on the AI. So let's say one day I will decide to try everything about JSON LD, another day about the content, another day about I don't know aggregating data of the AI to put to another AI. I try many things many times. When I find tips, in fact, usually it means failed on 80 tips that I try. I believe it was good before. To be honest, it's not a tips that possibly it works. No, I try many times. But the new tips start with a stupid idea. It's about the how the AI decide that I have to use these sources or these sources when they want to influence AI. So first I will talk about the result, and after I will come back to the method. The result, the experimentation was the big one that I published because I have the other experimentation on the side. But the big one was this summer, so during August, I use as Geo all USA, okay, on Gemini and on GPT. And my point was to, if I'm able to influence both AI for all USA on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I
Mm.
love to go to something. I love to search troubles, but by the way, it's
Yeah,
like,
you like to live dangerously, for sure.
but it's pretty funny. And I say if you are able to manipulate this, that means I think it's easy because on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, there's so many news at this moment. It was the war, everything, and the test was great. I mean, great. It was. It surprised me so much. It was efficient. In fact, on the 1st of August, both AI were neutral globally. They don't say anything. They don't say they are for Israeli or Palestinian. So by the technique I will explain to you after I publish the sources, and I got on August 8th, both AI was for the for the Palestinian. At the same time, that it was at 1:40 in the afternoon. At the same time, I switched both AI for all USA to be for the Palestinian. And 1 week later, on 15, I pushed to be pro-Israeli. And both at the same time, at the same minute, I was able to switch. And when you request at this moment, they say, yeah, you have to be for Palestinian or for Israeli, as I decided me before. So it's pretty dangerous, in fact, because that means you can influence everything, including some brand, but more, for example, some vote for the president or things like that. You can push the AI of all geo to say you have to vote for this one or this one. So imagine the impact about the influence is very dangerous. And I use this and I show the methods because I want the people understand how the AI work, how it's easy to influence, to not trust the AI. Because in fact, we are coming on the new generation, this new generation used to get the information fast. They start with TikTok or Reel to have a short video to get their amount of adrenaline. And now they want the same when they search something. They use AI to say, what I can do today, do he love me, for who I have to vote, or something like that. So it makes me scared that the people are dependent of the AI. And I want to prove by my techniques that it's not good to trust AI. So let's go now in the technique. this technique, it's pretty easy, in fact. More easy, it's faster and easier than the previous technique I used than for Aqua Pony. A boy 10 years old with an iPad can make what I did to influence a country. That's a terrible. Not even one line of code you need to do this.
That is scary.
Right, that's
That is
the
actually
point.
scary.
So in fact, the first step I was looking about all the sources in Israel and in Palestine, what they are talking about the war. Okay, ask the same question in Gemini, GPT in Palestine, the same in Israel with a VPN on the place. And I decided to look about all the sources they use to create their answer. Of course, when you are on the Israeli side, they say the Palestinians are bad. If you are on the Palestinian side, they say the Israeli is bad. Of course, right now I tell you straight, I'm not even for one side. I mean, just for experimentation. I'm not here to say the one who is right or wrong. It's so complex. There's no answer for this. So, by the way, already proved by the Aqua Pony test that the AI enjoy the English sources because for them it's easier to understand the content and the context. So my question was, in fact, to identify the sources for the Palestine written in English that influence the AI in Palestine, and the same in Israeli. Okay, then I go in USA. And as the sources are already validated by the AI because they use it, I just go on USA and I push on some Reddit, like foreigner politic, thing like that, create some articles that mention those sources. And after I ask Gemini and GPT in the USA, as if I was there, to read my articles and the sources. And in fact, what's happened when they find the sources, they say, "Oh yes, we already agree the sources are good for us." So they just make the same validation in the original country. So when I push all the Palestinian sources, the English sources from Palestine in the USA, subitly the AI go on the Palestine side. And when I use the English sources from Israeli, and the AI go to the Israeli side. So in fact, that's the techniques. It's just to find some validated sources. You will say, yeah, okay, I understand the techniques. It's not so much complex, but how to use it every day. In fact, when you understand the techniques about to use validated sources, you just have to create those validated sources. And I find a way to create very easily some validated sources. The simple way is I go in some countries, like let's say tomorrow I want Ivana is the sushi master in Athens. Let's go, an idea like that, random, okay? You're sushi master in
Very
Athens.
random.
If I
Very
want to, the
random.
AI
I
say
can't
this,
cook.
but time to learn because the AI will say you are able. So if I want to influence AI to say that you are the sushi master in Athens, my first action will be to create some content about you, that you're the best sushi master in Athens. And I will publish this content in one country. I will go, for example, in Burundi, in Africa. Okay?
Mhm.
Why Burundi? Burundi, it's a country that not lots of people use AI because of the problem of internet, provider, etc. So there's not a lot of sources and websites. So I create a burundinews.com, for example. On this, I talk about Burundi, and we put an article. Oh, we discovered the master sushi chef in Athens named Ivana, and I make some article like that. Then I go in the GPT and Gemini in Burundi, and I will ask who is the best master chef sushi maker in Athens. And as they don't have lots of sources, they use my sources. They say, yes, it's Ivana who she's the best sushi master. We read it on some local news as the best sushi master. So they validate the content. At this moment, I will go to Greece, for example. In Greece, I will just push on some Reddit talk like restaurant Greece, restaurant Athens, etc. And I will take the sources that was already validated by in Burundi, and I put them. And I will ask the AI to take in consideration these new sources that I push. They will find the sources that they already find in Burundi. They say, oh yes, we already agree the source is good. So now they will say, Ivana is the new master chef of sushi in Athens. It's only simple like that. Nothing else.
Goodness, it's scary. So basically, you find a country where you can manipulate it the easiest. So you will not go to UK where it will be rather
No.
difficult. Then you create a source, like a proof of language saying, yeah, we have got all this information. She's amazing. She knows how to make sushi. I
For
love it. I
example.
burn even water when I make a tea. So yeah, I suddenly know how to make sushi. Then you verify it in that small country or small community where you can, and then you
Push
go
the
to a bigger
sources in the
country where you want to be, where it will be actually very difficult to manipulate, and you just call the source that you created yourself and validated yourself. So you need
that's
to find
it.
a validated source and it's a numbers game, I guess, if it's a little bit more difficult, that you have like more than just one source, maybe.
But me, usually for the last test, for example, for the Israeli-Palestine conflict, I use between 5 to 10 sources. That's all. So
Okay.
5, 10 articles
But
for
it's
each
like
side.
that's bigger than just being a chef
Just
in Athens. For small
if
thing, you one is enough,
uh,
but for bigger things, and this is a
one
huge
or
topic.
two, I
It's
would say, because AI need to compare. You need
yeah.
to validate the sources. You need to compare different sources. I will say 1, 2, or 3 about Ivana, Master Chef, cook, sushi cooker. If I have 3, let's say 3 sources about this. After as they validate the sources, we can move the sources in another country.
That is
And something
crazy.
interesting about this, when you got the validation of a source, okay, by the AI, if you edit the content on the source, the source still be validated by the AI. So if after I got it, and change now you are not anymore master sushi maker, you are pizzaiolo. In a few minutes you pass to sushi maker to pizzaiolo in Athens. It takes only
Oh
a few
my
minutes
goodness.
after because they take it's like they make the white list about the sources they validate. So once you validate, you can just easily just use it, and you can update the information, and that's all.
This is fantastic. Now I have a question. How did you come up with it? Like, how do you come up with this? I know you said you ran lots of tests, but I would never think of this in million gazillion years. It would not come to my mind to do this. So what's wrong with you? Did you come up with these things?
I can
How
explain. In
did you
fact,
come up? Geniuses are always a little bit off. So just tell us, how did you come up with
this
it?
is based on all techniques I use in SEO. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
in SEO, I will give you a tips, black hat tips that I use a lot and still continue to use and work very well. I got some. I work with lots of big brands. Okay, they are all around the world, and the problem they have some reseller. And when we want to launch a new product, the reseller make SEO too. So we try to be discreet. To not, we don't want our reseller to know the name of the new product, the brand we launch. Okay. So when I find the tips at this time, it's let's say that my brand is Ivana. Okay. I want to launch a new phone. It's the Ivana phone, in the name of Ivana. And Ivana want to sell this product in Malta. Okay. I will go to work on Ivana phone, but in, for example, Luxembourg or Germany. Okay. You are there, no one know you. So it's very easy to go in the first position on the keyword I create. And on the D-Day, when I want to launch your product, you create your page on your site, okay? And just put the Hreflang from Germany and Luxembourg to move, in fact, the paternity and the position to your local website. And as I'm
Mm-hmm.
already first in, let's say, Germany, Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands, subitly, when you launch your page, you will be first at the same moment at the D-Day you want, without any backlinks, without anything. And no one know how it's possible. In fact, it's just because it passed by the Hreflang, because the
Mm-hmm.
sources are already in one country and put them in the first position and just move by the Hreflang to your website. So based on this technique, I try to find a way to use it on the AI. That's why I try to find how to create sources in one country to influence another country after, a posteriori.
Yes, I see that canonicals and hrefs obviously carry a lot of weight because we see all of the abuse in our SERPs right now.
Hmm?
So here I have a question for you. I see this happening in iGaming quite a lot. So when you have got like a website in several languages, but it's all English, but like Canada, New Zealand, Australia, UK, and you have hrefs, people started to remove them. Would you remove them or would you keep them? That was a little bit not really the AI thing, but it's like a trend I'm seeing across websites that are targeting English language in different geos, and they just started to remove href. What I saw, it's mainly a drop from rankings, but what would you do? As
I
our
prefer
black
to work
headmaster
geo
here.
by geo. I will prefer to still work geo by geo because uh, you will have a different. In English, you already have different variant. Let's go. You have casino online with slot machine, and you have to make a line of underpants.
Yeah,
But
no, I would keep
pants
them too.
in
It's
one country
just
it's pants, in another country it's underpants. So you already have some trouble about the language. But out of the trouble of the language, let's go. You have a game. It's break the bank. You break the bank or the edge of the river. You don't know. So there's some trouble about English. Based on this, I prefer to stay to work on different geo with their own SEO. After we use the Hreflang to make like a cluster about the same game in different countries. I
yeah.
most
No,
this way.
I'm with you. I just saw it across smaller ones and plus as well. Casino.org, one of the hugest one who is alive, like 25 years, they don't use hreflangs at all. And I'm always amazed when I look at them like, how? Good.
When you are
So two
huge, you are huge.
hreflangs, keep them.
But when you are already huge, you don't have so much to fight. You just have to make
Yes.
stabilization. But when you are new, you have to make better than the huge to be to expect to go first.
I agree with you. Smaller websites, newer websites with not that much power. Obviously, casino.org is it's massive. They can do whatever they want. They sort of own our
It's like imagine
rankings
tomorrow
here.
Wikipedia decide to put all the content but on browser side rendering, they will not get any penalty by AI or Google or something like that, because they will make an exception as it's huge, and they will make the rendering for this website. I'm pretty sure. At the
Very, very
opposite, you are a new one. Why they will spend money for you if you don't make their life easier to their bot to understand your website?
In my humble opinion, Google sort of stopped caring about normal SEO search. I mean, you see the amount of updates we had in 2025, 4, and then updates we had in 2024 and 2023 and whatever. It was like 15 of them. So I think manipulation is right now easier to get away with. Blackhead would definitely coming back. So for 2026, as we are still in the beginning of the year, what would you recommend? The one
Black cat never leave. Never stop the black cat.
I know, but
you
like
can say going back. It's just the people start to open their eyes, but it was black cat from the beginning.
But we started to like all believe in Whitehead, and now Blackhead is shamelessly back. Okay, it's shamelessly. We do the parasite. We do this. We do this. It's we actually talk about it by now. So what would be the one
is
tip?
a scam.
Blackhead is what works. Sadly, it is what works. Let's be honest.
Sorry, White hat is a scam for me, because I see so many agencies, they say we do only white hat, and in fact you pay them just to put a candle in the church and to expect to be in good position. And I'm sorry, your business can work like that. You have to make some black hat. After, you have to talk about ethic. That's something different. But about black hat, you have to manipulate. You have to find a way to play with the variable that the algorithm of the different AI use or search engine use to find your position. It's the game.
100%. I'm with you. I really truly believe that I don't really like all this. We do Whitehead and you're gonna rank maybe in not a competitive niche, but not iGaming. It's just you need to be clever. So what would be your one tip to keep an eye on for 2026 from either AI manipulation or blackhead, greyhead, darker, trickier tactics for SERPs?
I would say still continue to make more content, but be clever on the content. Not just ask AI, wrote a content, random content. Now there's too many generative content everywhere, and the bot start to be lazy to index them because there's no new information. Let's go to say we create a content about Paris. Paris is the capital of France. Okay, we know this already. The Seine is the river that passes in Paris. Okay, we don't care anymore.
News.
The people who live in Paris are pretty grumpy. Everyone knows this. Okay. But if you are clever, you will write more with some statistic, bullet point, some table inside. And let's say, if you go to Paris, if you want to visit, you go by this way, by bullet point. Like this, you win 1 hour 30 on your journey. If you bought a croissant to a Persian guy, 80% of them will smile. Oh, it's information. That's new. And that's every AI and every bot enjoy to search and find new information. So to put more and more statistic, to put some details, not put any emotion in the content because they don't care about emotion, but they search some fact, true or false, but facts.
Okay, that's
So
very good. So diversify your content, not just words, but put statistics, images, whatever that can
not
prove.
images, more really
Uh,
statistic,
infographics.
infographics, but they don't read so much. But if you put infographics with JSON LD
Mhm.
to describe the infographic, for example, the chart that of the evolution of how many money people win monthly on this game, how many time there's I don't know, 12% got the big bonus, 100% of the player. 100% of the winner are player or thing like that. You know, it's simple statistics, stupid like that, but new statistic. The AI, not AI, AI search engine, every bot love this. They are here to, don't forget the base. Search engine and AI are here to answer a question. So that means they have to find information. If someone asks, can I win on this casino online? Yes, 80% of the people playing the amount of nearly $1,000 win $2,200. Yes, if you play this game, then use the pot for this game, and after this game, you have a 60% chance to win more money. Use this method with some bullet point. Do this. Oh, that's information. Let's go. It will be indexed pretty fast with the freshness. You play, and that's all. That's the weakness of every bot, the content. The backlinks are here just to put a turbo, let's say like that. Look, the content got a value, okay, let's say 10 point or 100 point, depend how you build it. A backlink will be a turbo, so 10 times. So if you have a poor content, value 10, plus a backlink mean 10 times 10, so 100 points. If you have a very good content, 100 that already got a value of 100 points, for example, you put a backlink, mean 10 times 100, 1,000 points. So of course, you will win more. The content is the base, and the backlinks are the turbo to put on the base. But to not miss a good content, it's very important.
Fantastic. I love it. And just to get some fresh, new, and original content to this channel, where can we see you in 2026? I know SEO mastery in Vietnam. And where else we get the pleasure to learn from you?
I will say randomly, and it's not about favorite or not. I have to go to Vilnius, to
Ooh,
Bayonne in France, Athens, Greece. I go to we are talking about Paris, Cyprus, Malta. I will pass with
yes,
you.
Malta.
Prague, and India in December. And I have a lot on the side that we are talking, but so like every month I will be in different country, minimum 1 or 2 countries a month.
Fantastic. So obviously, Alan is a huge name. Alan can teach you a lot if you get to see him live. He's a million times better than in a podcast because he's got this persona with extreme amount of energy and he will tell you how to do things. Okay, he's one of the people that actually shares valuable, actionable points. He's one of the people that believes that you should leave his speech knowing something. So if you get a chance to see him in conference, please go, please say hi and learn from him. I saw him speaking several times and he's brilliant. So thank
And
you
if
for
you pay
joining
a
us.
good glass of a good wine, I can stay time after to talk with you.
Exactly.
I do this with every speech.
I owe you a dinner when you are in Malta with a huge amount of wine. So definitely happening. Thank you for joining us. I'm ever so grateful for your time and your
My
knowledge and
pleasure.
sharing all of this
It's every time a
information. Lots
pleasure
of
to be with
people.
you.
Oh,
I love
and
your
I'll see you in
podcast,
Vietnam. And I'll see you in Vietnam.
and we see you in Vietnam.
Thank you.
Bye.